Oh, greetings everyone. And today, you might be wondering what this video is all about. Well, as I open this package, I'm going to show you. Yeah, and I put it on the back because, well, it's for my own good. Alrighty, here we go. This is what I have got on Amazon. The RCA to HD TV converter, or RCA to HDMI converter as I like to call it. And you might be wondering what I'm going to do with it. Well, you're about to find out as I get it set up. First, an unboxing. Yeah, it's got that pull tab thing. Yeah, and there's the manual. Yeah, and there's a coupler. It comes with a coupler, which is really cool. Yeah, HDMI cable. It's got a micro USB power cable and the thing itself. Alrighty, so once I get this hooked up, I will show you what I'm going to do. So, let's go. Alrighty, here we go. I got everything hooked up. Here's the setup. The HDMI to AV adapter is hooked up to the CRT TV, which runs its own power supply, and the Google stick is hooked up to the HDMI to AV adapter, which also runs its own power supply, and you get the squid of wires here. Yeah, this is not plugged in yet. But believe me, it will be plugged in. Do you need this Pee Wee Herman setup just to prove anything? No, but I decided to do it anyway because, well, I wanted to watch YouTube on an old CRT TV, so let's go. Gotta love that CRT startup. Yeah, it's set to AV. Okay, so plug that in. Okay. Yeah, it's set to AV. Trying to fiddle with everything. Alrighty, so I went to AliExpress and got one of these. Yeah. And you have to keep in mind, this should say inputs, and this should say outputs. So it was the first mistake by ordering a converter and assuming that it would work. So yeah, that's one thing you have to keep in mind. The thing is, though, this one has mini USB instead of the more modern micro USB standard. So let's hook up this Pee Wee Herman setup to this TV and see if it works. Okay, we should set it to AV. There. cord got loose. There's always going to be something that goes wrong here. Okay. Alright. Once we get everything hooked up, we can watch YouTube on old CRT TV. Yeah, I was going to have it with the Sharp TV, but that TV is now in the recycling depot. And it's met its maker. Oh, there it is. Way cool. Yeah, it looks kind of weird. But it does work. So yeah, you do need to make sure that your converter box says output on the AV side and input on the HDMI side. So that's one thing you have to keep in mind with these converter boxes. Yeah. And you can also set it to PAL and NTSC. Yeah, I'm going to show you the setup right now. Yeah, it's a lot of wires. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna watch one of my videos because I know I won't get sued. Okay. Alright, look into library. Alright, and go to your videos. Okay, let's see. Let's watch this one. Oh, looky here. I am watching YouTube on a CRT TV. That is way cool. So yeah, that's how you watch YouTube on your CRT TV. Happy Star Wars Day, everyone. It's May the 4th be with you, and you know what that means, right? It's time for some more Star Wars related content. And yeah, you'd think that with a franchise like Star Wars, there wouldn't be any racing games. I mean, Star Wars doesn't have any wheeled vehicles aside from... Yeah, I just make a point. One of the armored transports. Most, if not all, the vehicles are futuristic hover vehicles, because, well, it's Star Wars. But you would be surprised to know that there does exist a few Star Wars racing games out there. Okay. It's just the introduction. And during the hype of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Alright, let's fast forward to the part where I show the gameplay. There. Pod Racers, and there's Sebulba's Pod Racer, or Racer as... I had to mute the music because copyrights. Well, there's a futuristic racing game called Pod, and yeah, I pretty much mentioned this before. So yeah, that game's the reason why they couldn't call it Star Wars Pod Racer. What you can expect out of this game. Yeah, so here we go. Everyone calls it Pod Racer. Episode 1 Racer, and we're
We got tournament mode, free
And,
play,
well,
and
that's what everyone
time attack.
refers to them as.
As you can
pod
tell,
racers.
time attack is a time trial mode. Let's do free play.
Yeah, this is very retro.
Yeah, I pretty much don't need to explain what a time attack mode is, because everyone
question
knows
is,
what it is.
Do you really need this Pee Wee Herman setup just to watch YouTube on an old CRT TV? Not
And
really.
what I like about this game is that
There does exist a model of
the
Roku
menu
called...
system is cool.
Can't remember what it is, but
Yeah, it actually takes place
it was a
inside
model
Pod Racer
that was
Garage,
released
which
in
is located
2017 and was the last one that used
Yeah, I know a lot about Star
an
Wars. I know
AV
about the prominent locations. So yeah, we
connector.
got some save files here. We got ROB, THP,
And it's the reason why it's so
RA,
expensive on the
and another
secondhand
file
market,
that's
because, well...
XXX. Yeah, don't ask me why that's called that, but I'm sure there's a
It can play on CRT
reason.
TVs, but you run into the problem that because it's so old, the user interface would be very slow.
Locations, we got Tatooine, the Bluetooth Classic. We got other locations. Well,
But
these
if you're
tracks
wanting
have
to
never
have a modern
appeared
streaming
in
device
the movie itself, but
on a CRT
it's
TV,
nice
that's
that there's
probably the
some
best way to
variety.
go.
Let's
And
do Tatooine.
I don't support piracy at all.
Classic again.
So
Track favorite is
I don't recommend you to
I
use
do like the
this
fact
thing
that
to pirate movies
each and
or
every
stuff
track
like that
has a
because,
different
well, you get in
track
trouble
favorite.
for it. But
Yeah, I'm gonna turn off the music.
for stuff like watching a CRT,
And
watching
we'll be
YouTube on a
ready.
CRT, then
let's go pod racing.
I'd highly recommend it. Yeah. I got this thing for about the
Start
same
vehicle,
price as
inspect vehicle, change vehicle, and options. Yeah.
a can of Rockstar Zero Sugar. Yeah, I'm talking about Rockstar.
We also got a intro cutscene during the race itself.
Or-
Yeah, don't ask me why the options
Blizzard.
menu is in the race
Because I know
itself.
that energy drinks are more expensive than
Is what it
these
is.
stores.
So yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty cheap and it works.
Good go.
See, look,
As you can tell, this game recreates the feeling
this is proof that
of
you
being
can
inside a
watch
pod racer.
YouTube on an old CRT TV, but you
It
don't
actually
need
takes
this whole
damage
Pee Wee
just like
Herman
in the movie
setup
itself.
to do it, though.
Yeah, if you've seen Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom
I
Menace,
just got
you
the
know
Verter
that
box because it's the best way
pod racers
to
do
watch
usually
streaming
fly
content
apart.
and have a stable interface. Like I said, you
And
can
once
get
they
a
get
Roku.
damaged, the racers have to fix them.
Yeah, you can get a Roku device with an AV connector.
Yeah.
But
And the
anyways,
pod racers
it's time to sign
themselves
off. Thank you for
do
watching.
kind of
And yeah, you don't have to
Remind
subscribe
me
to my
of
channel, but it will really help. Because a lot of you aren't subscribed to my
chariots.
channel.
In fact, I think that's
Every
the
subscriber
intention,
helps.
try to make them look
I
like
appreciate it. Catch you guys next time. Peace out.
futuristic version